Small brewery makes a big difference for those with no place to go for the holidays. Why this Thanksgiving feast was so much more than just a free meal. Plus, we check in with local volunteers who spent the day making sure others didn't spend today's holiday alone. And later, how two communities are coping with grief this holiday after two mass shootings over the course of just a week. That's all coming up tonight at 10. Oh, good evening. Thanks for having us in, and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We begin tonight with the Delta Beer Lab holding its 4th annual Delta Giving today. Delta served free Thanksgiving meals with food donated by local restaurants. But our Andrew Banstra is showing us why the turkey and stuffing took a back seat at this feast.
So this all started because not everybody has a safe place to go.
Because as a member of the LGBTQ community, Pio knows firsthand that not everybody has one. He's owned Delta for 4 years, but before that,
I found a gay bar in Minneapolis that was serving a Thanksgiving meal, and I got to have a chosen community that filled the need that I had that year.
They served 125 free Thanksgiving meals tonight, doubling their previous record.
My business partner's sister does all the cooking of the turkeys, and I made mashed potatoes in the brewery today.
Delta Beer Lab serves all of this food, even though they're not a restaurant. This is the only day of the year where you can have food.
All donations went to Delta's monthly nonprofit partner. Naturally, this month's was Toys for Tots.
Delta Beer Lab never takes tips. All tips that get come across the bar are donated to a monthly nonprofit partner. So in the almost 4 years that we've been open, our Delta and our guests have raised over $150,000, and we put it right back into the community.
And if you're looking for the perfect Delta beer to pair your Thanksgiving feast with, they've got you covered.
But I would say on a day like today with the Thanksgiving meal, our Amber Ale is probably the perfect choice for that.
And as complete strangers sat down to eat a Thanksgiving feast together, whatever brought them there, it just felt right.
There's a lot that can be learned from the people in this room, and we're so grateful to have everybody here.
In Madison, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
Delta Beer Lab started its brewery to sell beer and sow change in the community. Tonight, it did just that. Good Shepherd Lutheran Church once again hosted its Thanksgiving Day meal for community members today. The 28th annual dinner returned inside after 2 years of drive-through meals because of the COVID pandemic. More than 50 volunteers helped serve the free meal, which included turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, cranberries, and of course, some good old pumpkin pie.
Some people make this their tradition, truly, and have been coming for 20 years plus. And to be able to sit down with someone, especially when their family's far away, or maybe they don't gather with family around Thanksgiving, like that's the important part.
Pastor Schuller Hansen also says that she hopes events like today's meal sends a message of welcome to the community. Well, some turkeys are on your table and a bunch of other turkeys are out trotting. We're talking about Madison's annual Turkey Trot. This year, about 2,400 people were in the annual race at the Alliant Energy Center. 2022 marks the 8th year of the event. We caught up with one runner who shared when she started and why she loves it so much every year.
Maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, but just a good way to get outside and exercise before having a great Thanksgiving dinner.
Everyone who finished the race received a medal and a donut, courtesy of Greenbush Bakery. The event also raises money for UCP of Greater Dane County to help people who are living with disabilities. It's a tradition for some, helping others first before helping themselves. Out in force today, dozens of people made sure others got a hot, home-cooked meal. Naomi Coles tagged along with one group today and shares its story.
Here's your Thanksgiving meal.
Getting a meal to Joe Walters Thursday afternoon begins hours earlier.
They started yesterday, they ended at midnight, and so everything was basically cooked. And then today they did the mashed potatoes and green beans.
For 23 years, Pastor David Smith and his wife have helped put this together.
We've cooked probably about 20 turkeys.
The partnership between Newbridge, Door Creek Church, and Melly Mel's Soul Food is the driving force for 341 Thanksgiving meals sent to older or shut-in adults in Madison.
This means so much with people being isolated these days and being away from their families.
Helping the meals along are about 50 volunteers.
You know, they want to do something before they go home and spend time with their families.
That is my passion about helping people.
When a job opened up 8 years ago at Newbridge to help people like this on a regular basis, Jeanette Arthur had to have it.
The rest is history.
It's a heart for helping that drives her to spend the day putting the meals together, and her car carries one of the biggest loads heading out.
To give back because they are usually feeling like they're all alone. and we should make sure, I'm sure that they helped someone when they were younger and when they could.
A meal that makes its way to people like Joe.
I'm a football fan.
In this case, a welcome companion for the afternoon's entertainment.
This is my football outfit clothes. I'm watching the game. Detroit might.
Looking good, Joel. Well, New Bridge Madison provides services like this all year long, and it's always looking for volunteers. Just go online for ways that you can sign up and help out. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden spent part of their Thanksgiving Day calling and thanking service members. Biden released this picture and a caption saying, "Jill and I are honored to speak with the women and men of our armed forces this afternoon." He went on to say, "You gave up your seat at the Thanksgiving table to defend us, and we owe you a debt of gratitude. You're the best of America." The Bidens called units from each of the military branches. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast with Julian Seawright. What a Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right, what a Thanksgiving for us. Temperatures were rather nice throughout the course of the day. We did see a couple of stray showers, some drizzle, but overall the day in itself was rather dry, though it was cloudy. But the cloud cover looks to clear up as we continue throughout the rest of tonight, and it's going to stay rather quiet as well. On top of it, folks, just one thing we're also going to notice is that temperatures are going to be a bit chillier than they were last night. Not significantly chillier, but we are going to be seeing temperatures below freezing as we get into the rest of tonight. But right now it's 39 in Madison and Janesville with 36 degrees in Platteville. We're going to continue to see that northwesterly flow, which has brought in some chillier conditions for us for tonight to start to drop temperatures once again as we get into the overnight hours. But right now, a live look in Madison, it is quiet outside. It's still not too bad either. 39 degrees as of right now. As we go in throughout the next few hours, we will start to see those temperatures fall, especially around 4 a.m. We're going to see temperatures below freezing. Tonight, it will be 28 degrees to be our low for us. So as you're heading out the door for tomorrow or planning on doing any kind of Black Friday shopping overnight, well, it is going to be a chilly one. But on top of that, we could start to see a potential weekend mix going into the later part of this weekend. We'll be breaking that down in just a few moments, Brady. Until then, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. Families in Colorado and Virginia are planning funerals instead of celebrating Thanksgiving after 2 mass shootings occurred in both communities this week. The first mass shooting happened just before midnight Saturday at Club Q in Colorado Springs. Police say Anderson Aldrich opened fire inside the gay nightclub, killing 5 people. Then, less than 3 days later in Chesapeake, Virginia, Supervisor Andre Bing opened fire in a break room, killing at least 6 employees. The back-to-back shootings are prompting other families impacted by previous mass shootings to demand change.
And if it hasn't come to your door yet, you've been lucky, but it will. The way we're going, it will come to your door. So you better start speaking up and doing something about it now before it's too late.
The Virginia Walmart shooter died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The shooter at Club Q in Colorado Springs faces charges including 5 counts of first-degree murder and is due back in court December 6th. We now know the identity of a man who died following a police chase in Maple Bluff on Sunday. 28-year-old Brandon Gully of Madison died Monday at a hospital. The cause and manner of his death were not released. Maple Bluff police say they tried to stop Gully while he was driving, but he refused. After a chase, he crashed his car into a tree. 3 other people in the car were also taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Well, nobody was hurt after a fire at a Beloit home. Beloit Fire Department crews responded to a fire on part of Pioneer Drive just before 1:30 p.m. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Meanwhile, in Milwaukee, police have identified a person of interest regarding the death of a Milwaukee woman. Surveillance footage shows Raina Rains with Timothy Olson, a man suspected of targeting women through dating apps. Police say Rains suffered an unknown medical emergency at a local tavern. She was brought to the hospital and died from her injuries. Rains has been identified as the 3rd woman who was found unconscious while with Olson. Her friends are issuing a warning to women everywhere.
Make sure you watch your drinks. If you can get a covered drink, make sure you get that, because I, as a bartender, now have to hide my drinks because I feel unsafe.
Olson is wanted for preying on several women. Police say he has met women on dating apps and victimizes them for financial gain. He currently has a warrant out for identity theft in Mount Pleasant. And a somber statistic out of Milwaukee. Police say the city has set a record for the most homicides in a year. 196 people killed so far in 2022, with a little more than a month left in the year. 193 people were killed last year and 190 in 2020. To Milton now, where an 8-year-old boy is safe after getting stuck out on some thin ice in a retention pond. Milton firefighters rescued the child on Monday with the help from several other area departments. So the child was stuck about 50 feet out on the ice. Rescuers had to put on cold water rescue suits and then go into the water as the ice was only about an inch thick in places and would crack under their weight. A firefighter was able to grab the child and then take him to shore safely. No one was hurt in this incident, and the child went back to his mom. And take a look at this. Some airline passengers are thankful to be okay after their plane went off the runway and then went into some grass. The incident happened Wednesday night in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Authorities say the business jet was coming from Turks and Caicos, but veered off the runway after landing. None of the 14 passengers were hurt, though. A planned community center in Janesville took another step toward becoming a reality. The grocery store chain Woodman's announced a new $1 million pledge to the proposed indoor sports and convention center. The company bought the naming rights to the building for $2 million in 2019. The 130,000 square foot Woodman's Sports and Convention Center would replace a vacant section of the uptown Janesville Mall. The project is expected to cost about $30 million. Coming up, we'll share some advice on how to make the most out of your charity donations. Plus, as the holiday shopping season begins, what new data is revealing about shopping at small businesses.
Happy holidays from our Dwellings family to yours.
Happy holidays!
The Internet of Things is evolving, creating the Internet of You. And Spectrum, America's leading internet and mobile provider, is bringing you seamless connectivity across all your devices. Introducing Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet with speeds of 300 megabits, advanced Wi-Fi, and Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, all for just $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999. Spectrum Internet delivers speeds up to a gig with over 99.9% network reliability. Advanced Wi-Fi provides enhanced security and privacy that automatically blocks threats to protect all of your devices. And Spectrum Mobile gives you unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G and the most reliable service coast to coast. Switch now. Call 833-673-4999. At Spectrum, it's not just about connecting things, it's about connecting you. Get it all with Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know I am. I just want you to know I am.
Toyotathon is on. It's the most magical time of the year with great deals on Camry, RAV4, and Tundra. Where's the Tundra?
The elves borrowed it.
What?
Keep them coming!
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. See your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com to learn more.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team gets results.
We're taking action for you.
Nearly 700 cases closed, more than $500,000 recovered, and we're not finished yet. When you need help, call for action only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Thanksgiving often marks the beginning of the charitable giving season. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger has some tips on how to make the most out of your charity donations.
For the past 2 years, taxpayers who claim the standard deduction were able to get a deduction for qualifying charitable contributions. That benefit no longer exists. To receive a tax benefit for giving in 2022, you must itemize. If you have a taxable investment account, you can gift highly appreciated securities to charities. You can write off the current market value, not just what you paid, and avoid capital gains taxes. If you're over 70 and a half, consider a qualified charitable distribution, which allows you to make a gift of up to $100,000 directly from your IRA to a public charity, and that might lower your tax bracket. Whether you get a tax benefit or not, there are a few best practices for giving. Beware of scam artists posing as a charity. Do not donate over the phone or give out personal information if you're not sure it's a trusted organization. To find out if a charity is legitimate, look them up on the IRS's tax-exempt organization search tool. For a deeper dive, there are several resources online. At Charity Watch, GuideStar, and others, you can see what other people are saying about a charity and how much of your donation goes to supporting programs versus overhead. In New York, I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
As the holiday shopping season kicks off, Small Business Saturday is growing in popularity nationwide. A new survey reveals shoppers are being intentional about where they spend their money this holiday season. This year, nearly 60% of Americans say they will shop Small Business Saturday, more than the number of people who plan to shop on Black Friday. That's according to a recent survey at Bankrate.com. Economists say it means more holiday shoppers are warming up to the idea of investing in their local community.
Gen Z is actually a big part of that. There's a statistic that about 67% of TikTok users are buying items from small businesses that show up on their For You page.
According to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, when you support a local business, your spending benefits your city and neighborhood through sales tax, which is used to support public schools, parks, roads, and pays for public service workers like police and firefighters. All right, Julian, have you started your holiday shopping yet?
No, I've looked at a couple of deals as of right now, but I haven't actually started it just yet. But the good news is, Brady, the weather's going to be favorable for the next couple of days for shopping. So let's go ahead and talk about it, folks. Tonight will be chillier than it was last night. Temperatures were above freezing. Tonight we're going to fall below freezing. 28 degrees is going to be expected for Madison as we get into 32 degrees for Janesville and around 30 degrees in Platteville. So we're going to see temperatures into the upper 20s and into the lower 30s throughout southern Wisconsin going into tonight. But let's talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow sparks Black Friday. We are going to be seeing around the start of the holiday for those who are going to go out shopping. It's going to be chilly still. Temperatures will be around 28 degrees, but the good news is it's not going to be nearly as cold as it was for last Black Friday. If you remember, well, temperatures were in the teens. We are into the upper 20s to start. It's going to be mostly clear, and on top of it, by the time we get into the lunchtime hour, it's already going to be in the 40s. Plenty of sunshine with the shift in winds coming in from the south. It's going to be a mild day for us, and once we get into around the 4 p.m. hour, 44 degrees and still rather sunny. It's going to be a pleasant day across the board here in southern Wisconsin as we get into our Friday. 46 degrees will be our high for Madison, 49 in Janesville, with 48 in Platteville. A couple of areas could see 50 degrees by the time we get into our daytime high as well. So let's walk through what we're going to be seeing for us. Around the lunchtime hour, we're looking at plenty of sunshine, still getting a bit of those westerly winds, but then it shifts once we get into later afternoon hours, coming into the southwest, which is going to keep things rather mild, especially as we transition into our overnight hours. Winds will start to pick up. Temperatures will stay onto the mild side as we get into the overnight. Heading out the doors Saturday morning, we're going to see temperatures into the mid-30s. Then it's going to be into the 50s around lunchtime. But take note, it is going to be a windy day for us as we go throughout the rest of our lunchtime and Saturday. Saturday evening, cloud cover will start to build, and we're going to be looking at a potential system coming in from the far south that'll start to leak in potentials of rain starting into the overnight hours. And for some areas, could see a bit of a wintry mix once we get into our Sunday morning, especially getting closer to our Sunday afternoon as well. We could see see some areas picking up a decent amount of rainfall, looking at a tenth, less than a tenth, or even close to a quarter of an inch of rain, especially for us here in Madison and areas to the east. To the west or to the far northwest, could see a bit less because of the idea that we're going to be looking at a bit more snow and or wintry mixes for those areas instead of just flat out rainfall. But the other thing we are going to be watching for, now we are your first warned team, so here is one thing we're going to be looking at going into next week. Tuesday evening into Tuesday nights, we are looking at another potent system to be bringing in not just rain, but potentially a wintry mix and some snow that will carry into our Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon before clearing out by the time we get into our Wednesday night. It's going to be behind just a cold front was going to drop temperatures into the 20s and be welcoming in Thursday to some cold temperatures once again, which will be the first day of December. Outside of that, here's our three things we're looking to know. We're going to be watching for that storm system of next week just to see exactly how we're going to be looking at the timing of it and what we're looking at in terms of just rain or potentially some snow. But until we get there, enjoy the weather we have for this weekend. In the 50s for Saturday, then we're going to drop into the 40s going into Sunday and Monday, but we're staying into the 40s until we get into December, which again will be Thursday. But we're also going to watch for potential of some rain or snow, Brady.
Oh, here it comes. Thanks, Julian. Coming up next, the Badger men's basketball team goes toe-to-toe with the defending national champs with an ending you have to see to believe. Sports is next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright. So, this Black Friday, choose a vehicle in stock or simply place a custom order. Lock in your rate and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in. Plus, thousands of vehicles are arriving daily, just in time for the holidays. This season, choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% financing for 66 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Leisure Concepts has your new hot tub in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Steel and composite construction, Whisper quiet perimeter insulation, ozone, UV, and salt systems on any model. Free delivery, cover lift, steps, training, and all at the lowest price. Learn to love winter fully submerged in hot, turbulent water. Get to Leisure Concepts and see almost 70 hot tubs in our packed showroom on the Beltline at the Park Street exit.
Black Friday is here at Menards, and we've got the perfect present for your loved ones. With something for Dad, Mom, and the kids. Everyone in the family will get what they want, even your furry friends. Enjoy the season and the savings. Deck out the tree and stuff your stockings with these great gifts at amazing prices. Hurry in and save big money. These deals won't last long. Doors open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday.
Save big money at Menards.
It's Black Friday now at Grand Appliance. Get half back on select 2022 grills and unbeatable appliance specials like up to $1,000 back and 0% interest for up to 36 months on our most popular brands. These exclusive offers are on top of Black Friday pricing, which is now in effect on all appliances, including this ultra-quiet 3-rack KitchenAid dishwasher for just $749. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom today. Grand Appliance, the appliance expert since 1930.
At Honda, we know you have to drive through the mud if you want to reach the rainbow. Brave the desert before you find the oasis. Conquer the mountain to see how far your dreams can take you. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Touching the stars.
The Wisconsin men's basketball team was back in action today for its second game in the battle for Atlantis, this time taking on the defending national champion, Kansas Jayhawks. Early on, Badgers go down low to Stephen Crowell, who gets the basket and the foul. And the Badgers are up early. And they would find themselves down by 15 early in the second half, however. But these Badgers are not giving up. Connor Asijan hits from 3, cutting the Kansas lead to 2. And the Badgers would actually go up by 3 with less than a minute on the clock. But they don't get the rebound off the miss, and Kansas buries a 3 to tie the game. Then we would go into overtime. Under 30 seconds, Wall gets the ball and gets the basket. Badgers up by 1 with 21 seconds. Then in the final seconds, Kansas shoots a desperation 3 and misses, but the Badgers can't get the rebound, and Kansas manages to score to win the game. Here's Greg Gard after the game.
So I'm really proud of our guys, how they battled, but they know how good a team we can be, and we're not quite where we need to be. We're getting closer, but this will help us as much as it stings right now.
Wisconsin will face off against USC tomorrow for a shot at third place. Tip-off is at noon on ESPN2. The Wisconsin football team is busy preparing for its final and most important game of the season, the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe against Minnesota, but they did have some time to celebrate Thanksgiving. The Badgers spent the holiday together, where they were able to just take a break from football and break bread with their teammates and coaches.
I think it's awesome. Guys being able to talk and, get away from football just for a short amount of time, right? And, just talk and have some laughs and enjoy some good food.
We put in so much work together to be able to enjoy some time, kind of relax and not think about football and just be, enjoy each other's company. I think it's really important.
To the NFL, which has 3 games going on today. First up, the Detroit Lions and Buffalo Bills. In the first quarter, former Packer running back Jamal Williams goes up to the middle for 2 yards and the score. Lions up 7 early. To the second quarter, Bills QB Josh Allen fumbles the snap, but gets it back and runs it in for the touchdown. Buffalo up 14-7. On to the fourth with 28 seconds left. Detroit down 3 when Michael Badgley makes a 51-yard field goal to tie things up. But with just 16 seconds left, the Bills are able to move the ball down the field and set up a 45-yard field goal for Tyler Bass, who knocks it through. Bills win 28-25. Next up, it's a battle in the NFC East between Dallas and New York. Second quarter, New York up 3. Ezekiel Elliott takes it up the middle for a Dallas touchdown, 7-3 Cowboys. Later on, New York answers with a touchdown of their own when Saquon Barkley punches it in from the 1-yard out. New York goes up 10-7. Third quarter now, Dallas down 13-7 when Dak Prescott finds Dalton Schultz in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Dallas retakes the lead 14-13, and they would go on to win 28-13, and there they are hopping in that Salvation Army kettle. And just going on the final, the Minnesota Vikings beat the New England Patriots 33-26. That's tonight's Brady Reads the Sports. We'll be right back.
Ashley's Black Friday sale is 12 hours only. Take 30% off, plus an additional 20% off your purchase during the biggest sale of the year. Plus, 60 months special financing, no minimum and no money down. Don't miss out on Black Friday savings. Happening now at Ashley.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with the 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $2,500 loyalty cash and unlock Chevy Cyber Cash all month long. Stop by your local Chevy dealer this Black Friday weekend.
I'm gonna get you! Stop chasing your sister!
Making things better is kind of your thing. There you go, kid. But when Medicare has you stumped, it's hard to know how to make it better.
Maybe I can help.
Security Health Plan. Medicare coverage you want, value you need, service you love.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons. To help you take walks again. To ease your pain.
To rebuild your strength.
and at every step along the way.
We take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care.
We care about you.
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 They care about me.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics, now offering robotic-assisted knee replacement.
Your business is made from your DNA. Your blood, your sweat, your tears. From a gleam in your eye, you gave it what it needed to grow into the pride and joy it has become. You wouldn't dream of letting anything bad happen to it, so you lavish it with love and wrap it in the cozy warmth of the silver lining. Pamper your business with a policy from West Bend.
Toyota-thon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota. Like Camry Hybrid, RAV4, Tundra, and more.
How did you...
Magic.
Right now, during Toyota-thon, get 3.49% APR for 48 months on a new Toyota Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, or Tacoma.
Come in today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Ashley's Black Friday sale is 12 hours only. Take 30% off, plus an additional 20% off your purchase during the biggest sale of the year. Plus, 60 months special financing, no minimum and no money down. Don't miss out on Black Friday savings. Happening now at Ashley.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Finally tonight, well, here's something you don't see every day. Passengers on New York City's subway were treated to a Thanksgiving meal during their evening commute. Footage shows a long table. Look at that. It's set up with the traditional Thanksgiving food, including turkey, sweet potatoes, and macaroni and cheese. According to local reports, this act of kindness was courtesy of Chef B from B's Kitchen in East New York. When I was on the subway, I didn't see anything like this, so good for them.
Honestly, probably the best compliment of this was the fact that the woman was like, this mac and cheese was fire.
Yes.
Could you imagine?
It's controversial during Thanksgiving.
That's like the one thing that you cannot mess up, otherwise you failed.
Because you have to bake it, right? Yeah. And don't just leave it simple. What, breadcrumbs? It's controversial.
Depends. Yeah, depends. Take a look at our final weather. Well, things are going to stay pleasant. We could see a mix heading into this weekend and for next week as well.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Have a great night.